She get into the business because her husband was diagnosed to die of cancer at 3 months. And she had to make a decision. Her decision was to do an experimental program with Bayer, which meant they would do everything, all the chemicals that they wanted, and she could do absolutely no supplementation. Or she could do they could do the chemo, and they could also do a natural patch. She happened to run into a woman of faith. What? A woman at a faith conference, and one thing led to another. We got to talking. She and Jim decided to try the natural method. And I've got to tell you, Jim is not here today, but he went from having 3 months to live to 2.5 to 3 years with quality of life. So let's give Jim a round of applause. Hi, I'm Dr. Luca, and I have a story to tell. It is all about a journey I have been on for over 20 years. At that time, my doctor wrote the ugly word, morbid obesity, across the top of my chart. He patted me on the back and said, go home. Okay, that's all. Go home and stop eating so much, and you might start feeling better. Well, the truth was, had gas, I was starving half the time. I just was not eating healthy, but didn't know it. It wasn't until a few years later that I also learned I was diabetic, had a severe depleted immune system, topped off with complications of COPD, asthma, and racking pain of fibromyalgia, chronic pain, Lyme disease, and Epstein-Barr, just to name the list. But now you're going to hear from Dottie herself.
From morbid obesity. Do I need this? I think I do.
Whoa!
Right now, I am currently, is that too much? I'm currently a life coach with First Fitness Nutrition. I stay very busy helping other people find wellness and good things in their life. Because of my friend Cheryl, because of a man that told me I was making a big mistake and he pointed it out to me and I listened, Gravity Nigel. And because of this company, I have lost 109 pounds. I have been able to eliminate every medication that I was on. I am saving thousands and thousands of dollars that were being spent on prescription medication. And I am so much happier, so much healthier. It just kind of really, when I have to tell people, it overcomes me. I didn't know I could be this healthy and happy, especially when I'm over 68 years old. It was just amazing. I have come to a purpose in life, and that purpose is to wake up the echoes in the hearts of those people that have forgotten how to dream. That's what Nigel told me I had done. I had forgotten. Some people don't even know how to dream. I want to wake up those echoes in people's hearts. And I want to give them truth. And I want to give them encouragement to be able to gain their health back, especially those people that have been overlooked and have problems, lost their health because of unmonitored abundance of prescription drugs. Why? Because I found out just this last year, didn't even know, that for years I have been addicted to many, many drugs, and I had to go through a withdrawal like any other person on drugs off the street. I now am just loving my life. I'm playing with my grandchildren, and I am praising God for being able to bring newness and share and newness in my life to let everybody know about. And I thank you, Nigel, Cheryl, and First Fitness, and especially Nick Cosby.
Yes.
Now, Miss Dottie, you have a button somewhere, I don't see it, but
Oh.
it says that you lost 103 inches along with 109 pounds. Can you show us what that looks like to lose 103 inches?
You see, when I first went out with one day with Cheryl, it was a cool day, and I was wearing this jacket. Last year, I was wearing this jacket again because I've been on and off the diet for so many times. But I finally got serious last year, not just past July, but the year before, at our national convention, and I wanted to be 100 pounds lighter. So I didn't want to wear this jacket anymore. Now, many of you have known me for several years because this is my home church and I praise God for it. But you probably have seen this around a lot, you know. I've worn this outfit many times. And I liked it because it was nice and loose and it wasn't really loose. But, you know, it was kind of straight and hung out. And I didn't have to worry about all the shapes and so on and so forth. But then, as I started getting healthier, not just to lose the weight, but to get healthy because I had so many problems, I started needing something other than just that big jacket. I got myself a little bit of bling. I wanted to be like my girlfriend Enza. She just always is the bling lady, and so I got me a new jacket with some bling on it.
Woo!
And then,
I like it.
Woo! All kinds of inches, you see. I was awfully excited about that. And then,
Oh my gosh.
you see, after I started losing those inches, I was getting so excited. But in the meantime, I had been to one of our retreats here at my home church, and this was my favorite T-shirt that I had. And many of you might remember it was pretty tight. I would take it out of the dryer every day, and I would stretch it so I could get into it. Anybody ever done that before? And then I decided to take my hats off to this whole thing of ideas of losing weight. And so I decided I didn't want baggy t-shirts, so I bought me a sundress. You know, I hadn't worn a sundress in 30 years because there was just too much sun. But then what happened? The sundress started getting a little large, and I was losing more inches. I loved it. Here, I just don't know how I'm going to do this. These buttons, there's so many buttons, I'll tell you. Last time I wore this, if anybody was with me in Jacksonville, I sewed the front of this up because I had all those puckers, you know, where it just popped out, and I didn't want to be embarrassed. So, anyway, this is now what